Welcome to the first ever ultralight event at Hodges Field in Andersonville, Georgia. This is day one, where the Shut Up and Fly guys made their debut. Let me introduce you to these ultralight pilots from North Carolina, the Shut Up and Fly guys. So out here at Hodges Field, the first ever fly-in, ultralight fly-in event, and we got a real big blessing yesterday. A gaggle of 5 Phantom aircraft suddenly showed up in the pattern here. These guys from the Carolinas. So I wanted to pull them aside here and ask them, first of all, we'll introduce every one of them here, but also the adventure, what it was like to fly. How many miles was that, by the way?
For them it was 230, and for me it was 200.
And what is your name?
Shane Hammock.
All right, Shane. We'll go through and just introduce everybody real quick and kind of go back.
Ofik Studnick.
Eric McMahon.
Waylon Woodall.
Darren Robinson.
Okay, and every one of these guys are flying pretty much the exact same airplane with the Rotax 503. They seem to like these E-props really well, and they kind of fly all about the same. All right, so what was the first leg? Let me back up a second. What was it like to strategically plan your stop in an ultralight? Because you got about an hour to an hour and a half, I think, of runtime.
Yeah, that's right. So we kind of planned for, well, what if we have a headwind, that kind of thing. So we planned each leg to be about 45 miles, which was a little light, but just in case. And then we just got out the map, looked at each one, saw how far they were apart, then went online to see if they had self-serve gas, because we're going to be going back on a Sunday. Then there was a couple of them that didn't list, so I called them, and they did have self-serve gas. So then we just kind of rolled it out to everybody and said, here's the plan, anybody disagree, and we went from there.
On the way over, what was it like as far as separation? Did you guys stay pretty close, or like a mile apart, or what did that look like?
Yeah, some of us were pretty much a mile apart, not past that. If someone got a little too far away, then we kind of just waited up for them, did 360 or something, and we always wanted to stay together and make sure we're all together and we saw each other.
So I haven't done this personally in aircraft yet, but I've had several motorcycles. I would assume it's kind of like riding a pack of motorcycles.
Yeah, same way, same concept basically. Again, you get too close, you pull back on the on your throttle, and if too far away, you punch the throttle a little bit and just keep up.
So I had a lot of sport bikes, and they were only good for about 45 minutes to an hour, and they're like, I'm ready to get off this thing and stretch my legs. Is it kind of the same thing?
I mean, for me, it's not. I fly regular planes too, so I'm a pilot, but I'm used to sitting on a plane for 5 hours. But the ultralights they're fun, so they're a blast. You're not really thinking about getting out of it. You're more thinking about, can I fly longer?
All right. And as far as the altitude and speeds that you guys ran at, what did that look like on the way over here?
As far as airspeed, around 55, 60. Altitude, we were usually a couple thousand feet off the ground, just to keep safety a little bit there. We had a pretty good tailwind, so ground speed was actually between 70 and 80 most of the way, so real nice.
Yeah, blessed with some really good tailwinds on the way down.
Yep, got blessed with them. Hopefully that'll change and bless us on the way back. But
yeah, good luck with that. All right, so in flying, did you fly IFR flying roads down, or do you use a GPS, or how'd you get down here?
We fly GPS most all the time. We very seldom fly roads. I know a lot of people with ultralights fly roads all the time, but we don't do that. We just fly straight through.
I know we use often in certified aircraft and bigger aircraft, but what do you guys use? Is it an app on your phone, or what are you using to fly GPS?
So all of us do it different. Shane does use an app on his phone. I actually have ForeFlight on a mini tablet that I use with a Sentry. I can see, it's got ADS-B. I can see traffic and weather and everything on mine. I've got it on my instrument panel. Works out well for me.
All right, and I'll ask, like, as far as in the gaggle and so forth, did you guys kind of like draw short straws of who's going to be the leader and who's going to be the trailing edge of this, or how did you guys figure out who's going to be in line coming down here?
I just kind of actually flew like liquid, as everybody, mostly Shane took the front, but we took turns taking the front a little bit, and yeah, it was just, we fly together pretty often, so we're used to being close to each other, and whoever takes the lead, we just kind of follow. And
Okay. Did you run into any weather you had to maneuver around from your GPS straight line approach, or what?
no, just the thermals and gusts, and they weren't too bad. I mean, it threw us around a little bit.
So when did this idea first originate, and who came up with the idea, and who executed the idea?
I'm not sure who came up with it, but I saw your advertisement on this field, so I don't know if I said it. Did you guys find out? How'd you find out about it?
I think we all kind of saw it. We all kind of saw it online, saw advertisements about the field online, and we just all kind of talked a little bit, and then it was like we were all like, man, that would be so cool if we could do something like that. And then it turned into, hey, I think we're going to try to do that, and then it was like, hey, we're doing this. And then Shane's the one that actually started putting together the stops and everything. He just sends me one night, he's like, here's the route, this is what we can do. So
Dynon Avionics at Dynon.com, offering everything from state-of-the-art glass cockpit options to advanced control modules that power and control your entire aircraft. Gratia Aero Group at GratiaAero.com, proudly representing these best-in-class brands for experimental general aviation. Sherwings, BD Aviation, and MW Fly. KFA, Kitplanes for Africa, engineered for adventure and built for the bush is their motto, offering several STOL-kit aircraft options like the Expedition, Safari, Bush Baby, and Explorer. Find them online at kitplanesforafrica.co.za. BravoFox at bravo-fox.com. The US Distributor for Blackshape Aircraft, providing sales, maintenance, spare parts, and repair services, located at the Sheridan Airport in Indiana. Stewart Systems, manufacturer of non-hazardous waterborne products for covering and painting aircraft, offering in-depth workshops teaching you how to DIY fabric and paint. Find them online at stewartsystems.aero. Visit us online at experimentalaircraftchannel.com for all things DIY aviation, and consider supporting us on our Patreon page to help us bring you more original aviation content. All right, so real quick, introduce yourself, and then we'll talk about your Phantom here.
Okay, I'm Shane Hammock. This is my Phantom. It's my second one. I had one originally, but it had a Kawasaki 440, and me and Kawasaki 440s don't get along. So I bought I was going to buy another motor, and found this plane pretty cheap. So I just bought the whole plane and sold my other one to my friend. I've had this one 15 years, and I've probably got 2,300 hours on it.
2,300 hours.
Something like that.
So
yeah.
you've swapped engines a few times.
A few times. I think this is motor number 4.
Okay. And what are you running? What is this engine?
It's a Rotax 503 with a gearbox.
Okay. And about what horsepower is that?
50 horsepower.
50 horsepower. What do they burn per hour? And obviously you've got a lot of cross-country time, so you know in cruise what that is.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem to vary a lot whether you're in cruise or not, but it's about 5 gallons an hour. We've recently changed which prop we were using, and this one actually seems to do a little bit better on gas mileage. We're down in the slightly over 4 gallons an hour now.
Okay. Now, did you get this as like a basket case and you rebuilt it, or what stage was it when you got it?
It was okay. It needed sails, but I actually flew those sails for years and years, and then eventually put new sails on it.
Okay, so if you could introduce yourself and talk about your Phantom here. Sure,
my name's Eric McMahon. I am from Western North Carolina, and this is a Phantom X1, I believe a 1983, 84 model, right in there.
A classic.
Figured out, yeah. So I purchased it as just a bunch of bars laying in the floor, built it myself, and then learned to fly in it. So it was fun stuff.
So you got this as a never assembled kit, or it was disassembled at one point for storage or something?
Disassembled, and just because he was going to redo it, and he actually bought all new hardware and everything for it, just never put it back together.
Okay. And in that stage, in that condition, what did you purchase that for?
$6,500.
Okay. And
with an engine, with everything.
With everything?
Yep. New sails, had brand new sails with it, had a lot with it.
Well, you had a find there.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
And which engine are you running?
This is the 503, Rotax 503 DCDI, dual carb, and it's about 50 horsepower. It's fan driven.
Okay. About how many hours have you flown this?
I would say about 500.
Yeah.
So I got into this about 6 years ago, and yeah, and I've put more hours on it more recently than, so I'd probably do 150 hours a year in it, something like that.
That's amazing.
Yep.
So what kind of fuel economy are you seeing with your engine and setup?
So I'm a little closer to, so it was like Shane said, they're real consistent at 5 an hour, but with this prop, I'm a lot closer to 4 an hour with this prop. This particular prop is just really put us in some good fuel mileage. It's good stuff.
It's a little more efficient.
Very efficient.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yep.
And what kind of speed? Every aircraft is slightly different. What kind of speeds are you seeing for takeoff and cruise? And
I usually I take off, climb out at about 48 is my climb out that I like to see, and that's usually at about 6,400 RPMs. And cruising speeds, they're all pretty consistent on the Phantoms. They like to cruise somewhere around 50 to 60, maybe 65. They just don't like a whole lot more than that. It's like you get real fast in these, it's almost like you have to fight the plane to keep it straight and level. It actually, the way they're built, they want to climb more.
Okay. Yeah, you got full-length flaperons on this, right, or ailerons?
It's full-length ailerons, yep.
Okay, if you could introduce yourself and then your airplane.
Hi, I'm Waylon Woodall out of Hendersonville, North Carolina, and this is my Phantom. This is my second Phantom.
Okay, repeat offender.
Yeah, the first one got taken out by the hurricane last year, so had to get a new one. And
is this also the X1?
Yes, this is the X1.
Okay.
A 503 motor, dual carb, dual ignition.
And how did you acquire? Well, I guess both of your. Did you? Yeah,
the first one, I did a lot of research, and I was like, man, this is exactly what I want. So I drove down to South Carolina and picked it up. It was just in shambles, and took 2.5 months, like 8 hours a day, and I spent all the way to 1 o'clock in the morning sometimes.
You really jumped on
in the hangar. Oh yeah, I had help from my buddies there, Shane and Eric, and yeah, we built it up and got her flying. I put a lot of hours on it, and then of course Helena took her. But I was like, I need to get back in the air, and opportunity arose, and this was my friends who built it. I helped a little bit, not much. I put the sails on. The sails were brand new and had never been flown after it got rebuilt. So he's like, yeah, I'll sell it to you. Instead of me going to Texas to pick up one, there was one there for sale, and I was like, well, hell yeah, I'll take this one. So I took it and I finished building it up and put my own little touches on it. And
so the second time around, about how long did it take you to build?
Not as long. I couldn't remember, honestly. I did it when I had a time.
More of a part-time effort to it, yeah.
Not hitting it headstrong like I did before, but But she was flying, I'd say, in a month and a half. There wasn't much, no, less than that actually.
Okay. And for you, what do you think was the most challenging part of assembling these?
Electrical. I suck at it, and just doing the wiring and stuff is always a hassle. So
it's helpful to have some other friends that.
Yeah, that you got to do it this way, and you know, like, okay, that makes sense.
So introduce yourself. And we'll talk about your airplane for a minute.
Sure. My name is Ofik Studnik, and I flew in from Hendersonville, North Carolina.
Another Hendersonville.
Another Hendersonville, yeah.
Okay, so what make and model are you flying?
So this is a Phantom Ultralight with a 503 Rotex engine in it.
Seems to be a popular choice.
Yeah, it's a popular choice for these ultralights for sure.
So how did you acquire this specific aircraft, and what made you decide to get into it?
Actually, the guys at the local field had it, and my brother actually bought one, and I've never flown before. I literally jumped in the plane, did a couple up and downs on the runway, and took off.
You didn't get any training whatsoever?
No training.
Really?
None.
Have you even sat in another airplane before?
I sat in a plane before, absolutely, but never piloted a plane.
Okay.
And like I said, up and down the runway a couple times, bouncing it 5 feet, 10 feet.
Doing a couple hops?
Couple hops, and then I said, this is just too easy, and I just pulled.
Wow. Wow, okay.
And the rest is history.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it seems like you and the rest of your crowd here likes the 503 and the E-props. Is there really any other configuration for this, or is that like the engine of choice and prop of choice?
Yeah, definitely the engine of choice. I mean, we all had different props when we got these. One of the guys happened to found this E-prop and said it's the greatest thing. We all have to get it.
Yeah.
Fuel efficient, noise efficient, vibration efficient.
Okay.
And we all just got it, and we're all ecstatic with it. It's an amazing prop.
Awesome. Now, when you acquired this, was it already flying, or did you build a portion
No, so
of it?
I acquired this one. It was flying, but I changed the whole plane basically. Put all digital gauges. You know, again, obviously the E-prop. I changed the sails. All the sails are brand new on here.
Okay.
That one of the guys at the field's wife actually makes. So we all did that and painted the pod.
It looks amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
So I assume over years, and what model year would this be?
Oh, it's a Phantom. I couldn't tell you the model.
Okay.
It's an X1 Phantom.
Somewhere in the 90s?
The year, yeah, probably somewhere in the 90s, I would say, sure.
So I assume that after many years you'd have to replace the sails. About how much does it cost to replace the sails?
I think $2,500.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's not terrible. So.
And you can pick your colors.
You can pick your colors, absolutely. Whatever you want, any design, any color you want, you can do it. Yeah.
Gotcha. So where do you find yourself typically when you go flying? Just around the patch, or do you go from airport to airport, or where do you like to go?
We like airport hopping. You know, airport is a lot of fun to me. It makes the flights better. We usually like to find an airport that has a restaurant or a close restaurant. We'll fly to the airport, go to have lunch, jump in, and come back.
Yeah, kind of like a biker's club.
Yeah. Biker club in the air.
All right, so if you could introduce yourself and talk about your airplane.
Darren Robinson.
And where are you based?
Shiflett Field, Marion, North Carolina.
Marion, North Carolina. Beautiful spot.
Yeah.
And is this also a Phantom X1?
Phantom X1.
About what year?
This was actually early, probably a 83, 84 model.
Wow.
It came with a Kawasaki 440 on it. I bought it sort of a barn find, you know, flew it for a little while, and I'm too fat for the 440, so ended up doing a complete rebuild on it. And I saw your advertisement for this fly-in, so this was back in late September, and I called all the guys up and I said, well, I'm gonna try to get this done, go to the fly-in. So we got on it and finished it up.
Well, I would never guess this is a 1983 anything. It looks literally fresh out of the manufacturing.
I mean, it's completely torn down. I took all the tubes and had them powder coated. The engine mount on this one's different than what came on it. It's from Phantom. So put it on for the Rotex 503. The original 503 I bought to put on it got, you know, flooded in Helene.
Okay.
And so did all my powder coated tubing and all that. I had it put together before the storm. So I had to take it back apart and clean everything, new hardware and all that, and put it back together.
So what did you originally acquire this for? What did you pay, and then what do you think it cost to bring it up to new standards? If you kept track of all that.
I can't let my wife find out.
Uh-oh.
No, when I originally bought it with a 440 on it, I think I gave around $4,500 for it. And then to rebuild it, you know, replacing the engine, I don't know. I mean,
all right.
it's a lot.
If you were to do this and probably give your friend some advice, how much do you think you'd say, hey, you're probably going to spend about X to
probably around 20 grand.
Yeah. Okay. And that's
to
new
rebuild one.
That's engine. That's the sailcloth.
Everything. Yeah, it's
interior.
all brand new sails, engine. You know, I put a simple gauge in it. Kyle makes these Wasapi engine gauges. It replaces the EIS, but it's got everything you need on it. It's got the airspeed, altimeter, EGT, CHT, all in one gauge.
Okay.
And it works absolutely beautiful.
Well, part of the reason that I helped assist doing this fly-in, I wanted to kind of gauge for myself to see the interest in ultralight aviation. Some of the air shows I've been to, it seems like there's less and less manufacturers showing up and that kind of thing. So I kind of wanted to see who's out there manufacturing, who's out there willing to come to these things like that. And then we've had about 100 people show up here on the ground, drive-in or fly-in, and about a little over a dozen ultralights, true ultralights, fly into this. So that's really encouraging. What would you guys say? Obviously, you're very passionate about this. You're able to fly all the way from several states away to come to this. So where do you think we are right now in the industry with ultralights, and what do you think we could do better to get more people to be as passionate as you are?
I don't know, really. Sometimes it feels like you know, the 80s were the boom, the 90s were the boom, and now it's kind of over. But here lately, it seems like there's a resurgence in it. I mean, our group's been getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and everywhere we go, then people are like, oh, that's really cool, I want that too, and they want more information on it. The online Facebook groups for ultralights are growing. I don't know, I'm really hoping that maybe the internet's causing a resurgence in it.
I'll just ask any one of you to answer this. What do you think is the biggest thing that drew you to this segment of aviation?
Just the pure joy of flying.
All right.
Just the pure joy of flying.
Okay. Explain pure.
Stick and rudder, no, you know, don't really have to worry about getting an annual done, as long as you do your own maintenance and have your buddies look over everything to make sure everything's correct.
Okay.
You know, you sort of self-police.
Anyone else want to speak to that?
Well, you know, flying any plane, or especially an ultralight, you feel free up there. You know, you're enjoying the scenery, you're enjoying the flight. It's a big enjoyment compared to being in a car, or where you know, you have traffic and you have accidents and you have problems and detours and signs or whatnot. Here, you know, as long as you stay out of the airspaces, you're just flying and you're having a great time, and it's a big thrill.
It does sound like a lot of fun. I haven't personally had a chance. I've been up in a similar type of aircraft. It was a two-seater. It's called, I think it's a Flight Star, is it? Right, with the HKS. So it's very similar to this. And a neighbor of mine had one of these. It looks like a lot of fun, but it's a go-kart with wings.
Yeah, no, that's correct. Okay. That is what it is, and that's part of what makes it so much fun. Like, the speed makes it fun. So we fly in the mountains a lot, and when you're flying up there, you're really immersed in it, right? I mean, you're right up next to the mountains, you're right up next to the waterfalls, it's an open cockpit. I mean, you really, really feel attached to it instead of being inside of what feels like a tin can and being kind of detached from it, you know?
Well, guys, turn around for a second. I want to show the back of your shirts, because this really caught my eye when you showed up here. Shut up and fly, right? Just shut up and fly. Who wants to tell me the story real quick and how this shirt came to be and this saying? Back to you. Okay.
Okay. So it really came from you show up to the airport and you just want to get out and go fly, and that there's a lot of airport politics, and this person doesn't like that person, and oh, well, we need to make a rule about this, and kind of our thing was like, man, I wish everybody would just shut up and fly. Hey, that sounds like a motto. We should put that on a shirt. So my wife made the shirts for us.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So I thought it's a really cool name. In fact, I'm telling they should maybe brand as Shut Up and Fly Guys. The Shut Up and Fly Guys. If you think that's a good name, let us know in some comments below, or whether I'm thinking, like, you know, y'all are familiar with the Flying Cowboys out west and the STOL phenomenon that happened from that over the past several years. And to me, you're just thinking, these guys are already doing this. Group of 5 guys up in the Carolinas, and maybe they can become kind of like the Flying Boys of doing this shut up and fly guys. All right. Again, tell me what you think of the idea. And if you did that, get you some cameras, strap them on the wing, and start capturing these adventures, you guys. Because you do this weekly, monthly. How often do you get together?
A couple times a week.
A couple times a week, but me and Shane for sure a couple times a week, but most of us, yeah, at least once a week.
Because I think you could be a really good influence on people that are wanting to do this. I'll tell you, you got me excited about it. You showing up here as, because to me this is what aviation is about, right here. Yeah. All right, group of guys getting together, going out on a weekday or a weekend, and just having fun, like a bikers club, right? So I appreciate you coming out here, and we'll obviously show you each one of their planes a little bit here to see the individuality of them. So there is your introduction to the first ever Hodges Field Ultralight Flying event and the Shut Up and Fly guys. We encourage all of you to come out next year to meet these pilots and their aircraft here on the grass. And seriously, drop a few comments right now if you'd like to see more content from the Shut Up and Fly guys. Quick shout out to our patrons over on Patreon and our co-pilot status, Zach Newsom, Mike Babcock, Lynn Gardner, Gary Martin, Michael Smith. Thanks for watching this episode of the Experimental Aircraft channel. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss a single episode. See you in the next one.
Outtake.
All right, so Rick. Are you done, Rick? All right, and we're back.